We moved 35 years ago. Yeah, Ken's company brought us. Came over with a computer company. And we came to Minnesota, Minneapolis, and we lived in Minneapolis for 12 years before we were fortunate enough to get transferred to the Carolinas. He took up golf when he retired, which has been fantastic for him because it's a new, he never had time before, you know, with the children, with us having Philip. So when he retired, he was able to do that, and he loves it, and it gets him out of the house, and it gets him exercising, and it's been a great, he's made lots of new friends. He plays with a group of guys. He's joined a club. It's not great, no, but he has a good time.
My mom and dad were going to the beach, just them two, not with us, not with the kids or anything, and he asked Ellie, my 11-year-old, if he could borrow her boogie board so that he could go boogie boarding. He just likes to go out and have fun, and you know, it's just not somebody that sits still very often.
We love to travel. We do quite a bit of traveling, and we spend a lot of time with our grandchildren. They all live within about 10 minutes of us, and so we pick them up from school and we babysit, and we see them every week. He's grumpy to the grandchildren. Grumpy, yeah. In fact, he had a bad back last week from crawling around the floor with a 1-year-old. Way to go to the chiropractor.
Father eats healthy, he golfs, walks 18 holes of golf twice a week, you know, gets down on the floor and plays with all his grandchildren, does all the projects around the house for my sister and myself, and you know, he's 77 this year, but you know, probably the health, or you know, of a 50-year-old, right? He's in excellent shape.
Loves to help with the homework, and he comes to watch their basketball games, and like I said, when we were at the beach, he's out there boogie boarding with them, and he's playing train sets, building a bonfire to roast marshmallows, just does lots of fun things with them.
Monday, October 14, 2013.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
I need an ambulance. My husband's having a bad turn. I need help immediately.
He's having a what?
A bad turn. Hurry. He's collapsed. He's collapsed.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and have my partner get the ambulance on the way. Let me ask you a few questions. I already have help on the way. These questions do not stop them from coming, okay? Are you with your husband now?
Yes, I am.
How old is he?
He's 75.
Is he awake?
No, he's not conscious.
Is he breathing?
No, he's not breathing.
Okay. I'm sending the paramedics to help. I want you to stay on the line, okay? Are you right by him now?
Yes,
I need you to lay him flat on his back on the ground and remove any pillows. You need to get him flat on his back on the ground.
Okay.
If he's in the chair, pull him out.
Come on, I'm not going to let you go. Stay with me. Stay with me. Please, please.
Okay, lay him flat on his back. Is he on the ground?
I've got him flat on the back.
Okay, I'm going to listen carefully. I'm going to tell you how to do chest compressions. You can put me on speakerphone if you need to, but we need to do these, okay? Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone in the center of his chest, right between the nipples, and put your other hand on top of that. You need
sometimes he takes a little gap.
Okay, well,
is this going to hurt him?
Okay, no, it's not. This is going to help him. We're going to keep on. If he's not breathing normally or you don't see him breathing, we're going to do this.
No, I don't.
I want you to. Okay, pump the chest hard and fast, at least twice per second. Let the chest come up all the way between pumps, and we're going to do this 600 times or until health can take over. I want you to count out loud.
Okay. Come on, Ken. Come on. Come on, Ken. Please. Please, please.
Okay, count out loud so I can make sure you're doing it fast enough.
Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8.
Okay, keep doing it. Keep doing it. They're coming as quick as they can. They're coming, man. They're coming. They're coming. But you need to keep doing chest compressions. Okay? I know you're scared, but keep doing the chest compressions.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Please hurry. Please hurry.
A day I'll never forget. And Ken had played golf in the morning, and he was planning to go out about 6 o'clock to meet a friend for a beer. And so just before 5:30 we sat down to watch the news together. And I was also on my iPod looking up tickets to take the grandchildren to see Cinderella. And when suddenly Ken made this really strange noise from his throat, very loud and everything. And I knew, you know, I could tell immediately that this was not normal. So I jumped up and went over to him, and it was completely unresponsive.
I have called the system for hearing officer, so as soon as one's available, we're sending them out there for you, ma'am.
When she first called, she said that her husband took a bad turn, and I was like, I don't know what that means. She clarified and said that her husband had passed out then. I went immediately to dispatching it.
While I was speaking to the operator, I ran and opened the front door because I knew I needed help. They would have to come in. And when I came back, she asked me where Ken was, and I said on the sofa. So she explained to me that I need to get him on the floor flat and start chest compressions. And then she directed me what to do. I did know what to do because I had been a nurse many years ago, and so I did have an idea of what I was doing. Never thought I would have to do it, and never thought I would have to do it to my husband.
We are trained to control the call and control the caller and keep them calm. She did a great job, so she was like the best caller, because she stayed calm and she did everything that was asked of her.
It seemed like a long time, but actually it was, when I've listened to the tape now, I realise it was only 5 minutes before I was very happy to see the EMS people come rushing in and give me the help that we needed.
When we came in, he was laying on the living room floor next to his couch. She was doing a great job. She was doing exactly as they told her on the phone, and she was doing what she needed to do before we all arrived.
I remember walking in, the fire department was already there doing CPR, and so we knew as soon as we were in that it was a code.
He was in a shockable rhythm, VFib. We got back to normal rhythm. He had a good pulse. He was breathing on his own, which are all great things that we look for after someone has returned to circulation.
I was at home outside with my wife and my son, just playing in the yard, and I'd gotten a call probably 2 minutes earlier from my mom on completely another subject. We were making plans for something. 2 minutes later I got another call, and I figured she was just calling back to confirm our plans. And I get a panic call that my father's collapsed, and get over here as quickly as possible. I dropped the phone and told my wife and my son that I've got to get going.
Well, I was here, and it was, in the evening, like right after 5 o'clock. So we were just all here, kind of just going about our business. And my mom called and really couldn't understand what she was saying.
So I turned the corner and I saw 2 police cars, 1 or 2 fire engines, and 1 or 2 ambulances. Walked in my parents' family room, and there was about 8 or 10 of the first responders there, and seeing my dad in all the machinery on him and everything was the scariest thing that I've seen in my life. Really, that's when it really hit me that something serious was wrong, and what's going to happen now.
I was getting very worried. I was thinking it was too long. Matthew and Sally were there with me, and they eventually put him on a stretcher and took him out.
We had a 12 lead, and we kind of waited around for about 10 minutes to make sure that he wasn't going to have any change in status. And at that point, we had everything ready. The fire department and the police department and some family members helped us carry him outside of the house because they had quite a few steps to go down.
I knew he was alive at that point, but I didn't know if everything was going to be okay at that point.
Well, when we got to the hospital, we weren't long in the waiting room, then took us back to a special room. When the doctor came in, that's when we really realized, because they said they kind of started preparing us for the worst, really.
I think the doctor came to see us after the stent was in and said that they didn't know how much brain damage was done, but he kind of prepared us that, by the way he spoke, that there probably would be some brain damage, and they were cooling his blood. Towards the evening on Tuesday, he was starting to respond a little bit, and the doctor came and said, we think the cooling of the blood has done as much work as it's going to do, so we can start warming him up. And so the nurse was on duty. She said, I don't think they'll do anything tonight. She said, go home and get some rest. and come in the morning. I think they'll do it in the morning. So we came home, we all left, and me and Sally got in our pyjamas, and about 15 minutes later the phone rang, and it was the new nurse, Scott, saying, your husband's woken up, do you want to come and sit with him? It makes me goose pumply all over to realise. So we threw on our clothes and raced it, called Matthew. We all got over to the hospital, and he was sat up in bed, talking and just fine. This is Kenneth Oakley, my husband of almost 49 years. I think he's great, yeah. He's the love of my life, and I don't know what I'd do without him. Really.
She's just a very down-to-earth type of person, you know, and that's the reason I married her. The first thing I remember is waking up. It would be Tuesday morning, as Jean said, about 2 o'clock in the morning, and Matthew being there and just asking him, you know, what's going on? Why am I here? What happened? It's a different perspective, right? Very different perspective. Because I didn't know what happened, and I've no memory of it, I was actually much better physically, or actually better mentally, than Jean. You know, Jean was obviously very upset and very worried about the whole event, whereas I basically, nothing had really happened to me. I just played golf on Monday, and here I was lying in bed on Friday. It's strange feeling. It took me a while to put myself in her position to understand the way she felt, and why she was so concerned about things. She just took care of me. At that point in time, she was my guardian angel. Okay. That slowly changed over the months.
She's just like, I saved your life, and you're gonna listen to me. You're gonna eat your vegetables every night.
Well, when they walked through the door, I just thought it was great to see their entire family there, the whole support network that he has. And just seeing him walking and knowing that you just had a part in that is just, it makes the job worth it.
My mom had the wherewithal to call 911 immediately and talked her through CPR. And so just the benefits of that, and my father coming back 100% has kind of inspired us all to learn more about CPR and kind of share the awareness with our friends and family. It saved my dad's life, which is the main reason that we're all here. And sharing that with the public and with our family and friends is, you know, I think the best thing that we can do.
She's a strong woman. I mean, I always knew she was a strong person, but when you go through something like that and stay as calm as she did, and was able to save my dad's life, it's just unbelievable, really.
You think she saved his life?
I think she saved his life, yeah.